They say the definition of insanity is doing the exact same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Now, as an Angels fan, I have been living that out for the last, what, 7 years now? 7 years. We have had the exact same offseason for the last 7 years. And we just can't figure it out. I can figure it out. You can figure it out. Every single person in the entire world can figure it out. Except for Artie Moreno and whoever his current puppet GM is. I don't want to give any hate to any of the GMs, because clearly Jerry DiPoto can do what he wants in Seattle and get his job done. Clearly Billy Epler can get his job done out in New York, because Steve Cohen actually gives him the funding and lets him do whatever he wants. But whoever is under Artie Moreno cannot get a single thing done. It is not rocket science. You have two of the best players in all of baseball, potentially all of baseball history, and you cannot get to the postseason? I'm not talking about winning championships. We can cross that bridge when we get to it. The postseason. This is going to be the story of how the Angels suck. I'm just going to kind of rant. I'm not going to edit this. I'm not going to add music to it. I'm just going to sit here, vibe, go on Twitter, show you the ruthlessness of Angels fans, how much we hate this current team, how we hate this current organization, how we hate the leadership, the management, everything about it. Outside of the players. The players are fine. It's not their fault. It is just poorly managed, poorly general managed, poorly owned. Artie just needs to sell the team. That's what it comes down to. But before we get into the video, if you want to shit on the Angels, this is your space to do it. All the narratives. We're wasting Mike Trout's career. I'm on board. We're wasting Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani's going to leave. Go for it. The Angels can't make the postseason. Go for it. The Angels are a fourth place team. Go for it. Spew all the Angels hate in the comments, because we deserve it. We suck. We suck. As the title of the video says, we suck. Now let's get over to Twitter and see, you already knew I was going to talk about this. If you know me, if you know any Angels fans, you knew I was going to talk about this. This was my tipping point, and I think it was a lot of fans' tipping point as well. It's just unexcusable, man. It's just inexcusable. The Angels have had one problem for the last 6 or 7 years, and that has been pitching. Mainly starting pitching, but pitching in general. Now, I will give the Angels some credit. They started the offseason pretty good. They re-signed, or they re-signed Raisel Iglesias. They signed Aaron Loop. Those are two really good bullpen arms to have back there. And they signed Noah Syndergaard. And Mike Lorenzen. Mike Lorenzen's a pretty good guy. They're expecting him to be a starter, which I don't agree with. But, they put out a good effort. They got Syndergaard, which was great. It was huge. They got 2 guys in their bullpen, and then they got another, gap starter. But that's just not good enough. That is not going to turn you from... They literally are running back the identical squad from last season that won 77 games and expecting, with adding 2 starting pitchers and a reliever, that it's just going to be all of a sudden a World Series contender, an AL West contender. They're going to win the division because they added 1 pitcher who hasn't pitched a full season since, what, 2018? I don't even think he pitched a full season in 2018. Coming off Tommy John surgery. Total question mark. Do I have faith in Noah Syndergaard to return to form? Yes, I do. I think he's going to be great this year, and I hope he's going to be great this year. But every single season, if my Angels fans know what I'm talking about, every single season we go in thinking, oh, well, as long as Noah Syndergaard returns to Cy Young form, as long as Patrick Sandoval is, an elite starting pitcher, just like he looked like he was going to be last year and doesn't get hurt, as long as Shohei Ohtani has a full 162-game healthy season, as long as Mike Trout has a full 162-game healthy season, as long as Anthony Rendon stays healthy, as long as Jared Walsh stays healthy, as long as all of these question marks, as long as Griffin Canning comes up and turns into an elite starter, as long as Austin Warren continues to be an elite reliever, as long as Packy Naughton becomes the best left-handed specialist in baseball. These are the kind of things that we go into the season thinking, if every single thing goes right, there's a chance we make a wild card. And that is just not acceptable. That is just absolutely not acceptable. We had, in the past, there were things that were restricting us from going out and spending big in free agency and from making big trades. We had a terrible farm system, which we still don't have a great farm system, but it's better. There are prospects available. It's not impossible to make a trade with our prospects. And big contracts in the past. Josh Hamilton was a huge contract that was on our books for years. Vernon Wells, we traded for a huge contract that was on our books for years. And then most recently, of course, is the Albert Pujols one. But that is $30 million that we were spending last year on a guy who wasn't even playing for our team that we now have to spend in free agency. And we have not even matched the payroll. We are currently cutting payroll. We are cutting payroll. Now, you may be thinking, Mike Trout doesn't care. Mike Trout doesn't complain. He doesn't want to trade or anything. These are Mike Trout's comments from last season. Let me get over to it. This is how Mike Trout ended the season last year. This is what he was saying at the end of the season, going into the offseason. Mike Trout said, "This offseason is going to be big," Trout said in September. "Obviously, there's a lot of money to spend. Hopefully, we go out there and get some big guys." Now, we got a big guy in Noah Syndergaard. We got a pretty big guy in Aaron Loop as well. But it is very hard for me to imagine that this is the offseason Mike Trout was talking about. That this is what Mike Trout wanted. That what our current situation is, that this is Mike Trout's dream offseason. I highly doubt that. Next, we have our AL MVP, unanimous AL MVP, Shohei Ohtani, which we somehow were lucky enough to get to go on our team. He had the choice of going to any team in baseball, and he chose us. I don't know why. Sounds like a terrible idea in hindsight, but I'm very fortunate. He's my favorite player. I love him. I hope he stays with us, but if I were him, I would be looking for the door. I might even request a trade. Shohei Ohtani said at the end of last season, "If nothing changes on the team, I think it's going to be pretty hard to be in playoff contention." And I just look at the roster. It's identical. It is identical. We're missing guys like Juan Lagares and who's the other guy? Phil Gosselin. Outside of that, it is almost identical. I just cannot fathom the fact that our roster on March 17th of 2022 looks exactly the same with the addition of 2 or 3 different players, none of which are guaranteed studs, none of which are guaranteed guys with a long track record of success. It blows my mind. Your best player, possibly the best player in Angels franchise history, no question. Possibly, top 3 player of all time, top 5 player of all time. And he's telling you this offseason is going to be big. There's a lot of money to spend. Hopefully we get some big guys. And you answer that call with Noah fucking Syndergaard and Aaron Loop. That's it. Oh, I'm sorry. We re-signed Angels legend Kurt Suzuki. I'm sorry. We gave him a raise. We gave Kurt Suzuki a raise. I'm sure that's exactly what Mike Trout was thinking when he said these comments last September. I'm sure he was nursing that calf strain back, and the whole time he was in rehab just thinking, oh my God, please re-sign Kurt Suzuki and give him a raise. That man he works so damn hard back there. He deserves a raise. He works so hard. He busts his ass off to be the 15th percentile of framing pitches and 13th percentile in sprint speed. And that power bat is absolutely fucking elite. Look at this. Look at this. That left field corner 2 feet above the wall, absolutely nobody does it quite like Kurt Suzuki. Obviously, I'm being facetious. I'm pissed off. All Angels fans should be pissed off right now. I'll be honest, I've given the Angels a pass for many off seasons. I've given excuses after excuses after excuses, and this is the off season where I said, there's no more excuses. Albert Pujols' money is off the books. We don't have any stupid, massive contracts that are going to players who aren't contributing. All of our money is going to guys like Mike Trout, Anthony Rendon. Shohei Ohtani is not making too much, but still. It's not like we're paying these guys to not play for us. And we have all this. We haven't even hit our payroll from last year. They responded to Mike Trout saying this offseason is going to be big and there's a lot of money to spend. And they respond to that by cutting payroll. This is the definition of poverty, bro. This is a poverty franchise. We are worse than we are currently the most embarrassing franchise in MLB, in the MLB, by a large margin. By a large margin. Now you may be thinking, Nolan, you don't know what they're doing. You don't know what the fuck's going on behind the scenes. You don't know. Maybe they're working on some big trades. Maybe they're working on some big moves. Well, according to our GM, oh yeah, we signed Matt Duffy today. I forgot to bring him up. Imagine you get a notification on your watch and it says, Angels are in agreement with, and then you open your desktop and this fucking face is staring back at you. No hate to Matt Duffy. He's a good ball player, but oh my God, bro. When you're expecting, you know, maybe a good player like a Trevor Story, Carlos Correa, and Matt Duffy staring you in the eye, not ideal. Also, Artie Moreno, absolutely zero drip, bro. Negative drip. Same thing with you, Perry. I'm sorry. You seem like a nice guy. I know it's not your fault, but no drip, bro. Where's the drip at? Honestly, Artie's got more drip than Perry. That might be a hot take, but Artie's got more drip than Perry. All right, let's go over to Perry Manazian's comments. I'm going to try not to make this too long. We're going to try to get it under 15 minutes. Perry Manazian, I feel like oh my God, bro. I am literally seething. I'm fucking, oh, I can't even read this, man. I'm going to explode. I can't read this out loud. Perry Manazian, I feel like we've improved from where we were last year. If you ask the guys in the locker room, I think they would say the same thing. I think we added some significant pieces early in the offseason. I know there's some, what have you done for me lately? Fucking nothing, Perry. You haven't done shit. Bro, this is a 77-win team with Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani on it. It's not rocket science. Now you may be thinking, oh, maybe Artie Moreno's pinching pennies on him. Maybe he's not letting him spend. Sam Blum, good for him, man. Good for him, asking the tough questions. He asked Perry Manazian if he felt like the team wasn't willing to spend big, especially in light of the report that Artie Moreno was against raising the CBT to $220 million, the competitive balance tax. I have no limitations, is what Perry said. I don't know if Artie told him to say that or what the fuck's going on, but he just made himself look like the worst GM. I don't know. Probably in at least in Angels franchise history. I don't know in Major League Baseball history, but if you have no limitations and you can't improve a 77-win team with the two best players in baseball on it, you're fucking terrible at your job. Oh, it's mind-blowing, bro. It's mind-blowing. It's fucking mind-blowing. I don't know what to say. I feel like, have you ever seen that kid, the video of that kid? I'll try to, like, tag it in the comments or something. It's this kid reacting to something like Sonic, and he's like,
you guys have officially made me lose my marbles! When will you learn that your actions have consequences?
yeah, maybe I'll edit it in. I don't know. But I'm going to tag that. That's how I fucking feel right now, bro. I am losing my marbles. Let's see. I feel like we improved. Perry Manazian on shortstop. He's collecting shortstops, by the way. Some people collect baseball cards. Some people collect, I don't know, diamond earrings. Perry Manazian collects shortstops. Perry Manazian on shortstop. I think we do have some internal options. Oh my God, you fucking moron. Which is comforting. Oh my God. No, it's not, Perry. No, it's not, bro. You have shit. You have a gigantic pile of shit. You can stick that shit wherever you want, but it's still a pile of shit. I don't care if they're nice guys. They are bad at baseball. Oh my God. With that being said, we're looking for the right opportunity, the right fit. There are still talented players in the free agent market. I highly doubt that. Oh, sorry. The player he was talking about. The player he was talking about was Matt Duffy. This is, oh God. Kurt Suzuki, bro. He haunts my nightmares, man. Kurt Suzuki's the reason I'm making this fucking video, by the way. I am fully okay with the Angels going out and signing a Max Scherzer for $40 million. I'm okay with them signing Carlos Correa. Even if they suck. I don't care if they completely just fucking blow. Like, they can't... They play 2 games and get hurt. They, you know... Max Scherzer has a 6 ERA and Carlos Correa bats under 100. I am fine if that happens. That's some fluke shit. I can deal with it. but I cannot deal with you not trying to get Mike Trout to the postseason. We are literally wasting Mike Trout's career. And I have defended the Angels every single year, and I am done. I am done. If you would like to shit on the Angels, I will shit on the Angels with you. I think that's it. There was something... Yeah, no, there's nothing else. All right, so let's go through, just have a little laugh. Just have a little laugh. I've cried multiple times reading these comments. They're so funny, bro. Welcome back, Kurt Suzuki. Welcome back, Kurt Suzuki. Read the room. Literally go fuck yourself. Fuck you. Hey, I'd rather kill myself. We got Ryan Getzloff. Throwing a little ducks on the mix. I like it. This is how it feels, bro. This is such a good personification of what it felt like to read that notification. What it felt like to read that notification that we just gave Kurt Suzuki a raise. Why are there so many likes? The rest of the AL West is laughing at us. That's me, by the way. NMR Sports 30. Follow me on Twitter. Shameless plug. You look at this tweet. You look at this tweet right now and tell me there's a God. This one had me rolling, bro. This one had me rolling on the floor. Boo this man. Relatable. All these pictures are just so... Just scroll. If you want entertainment for hours, just go and scroll through this, bro. Just scroll through this. They're absolutely amazing. It's my favorite, man. I'm absolutely obsessed with this. This whole comment section is just gold. All right, I think we've shit on the Angels enough for one day. Maybe I'll make another one. Maybe I'll make another one after once all the free agents are gone. Now I will say I have my terms. Perry, I know Perry Manassian is gonna go on YouTube and Google himself, and this is gonna be the first thing that pops up, and he's gonna be watching. I'm speaking directly to Perry Manassian right now. If you do something not fucking stupid, I will delete this video. You have my word. I will delete this video in a heartbeat. If you, let's say they sign Trevor Story, I'll delete it. They trade for Luis Castillo, I'll delete it. They trade for German Marquez, I'll delete it. If you trade for a good, it has to be a solid though, solid starting pitcher, or maybe like 2 solid back-end guys. That does not mean signing Johnny Cueto. Let me get very clear. That does not mean signing Johnny Cueto. That doesn't mean shit. If you make a good move, Perry, I will delete this video, I will shut my ass up, and I will cheer on your team. But right now, I am the #1 Angels hater right now, man. We're wasting Mike Trout's career. The Angels suck. Yeah. Anyways, y'all have a good night. Thanks for watching. Help me shit on the Angels in the comments. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.